The love is in the air. It is that time of year when we get hearts or get our hearts broken. Love or, you know, hate, depending on how you spend your Valentine's. Welcome to The Burning Passion. It is about a man who broke up with his ex. Let's get started. Sometimes stories of love can be found in the most unlikely places. This is one of those stories. I feel like I'm setting up an expectation of profound romance. I wouldn't expect that much if I were you. But let me set the scene. An Italian restaurant, a likely location for a heartfelt love story to begin? Of course not. But who am I to judge? Here we find Craig passed out cold on one of the tables. His cheek is stuck to the laminated plastic covers. It's all gummy. Oh, look, he's coming around. What? Where am I? How did I get here? Craig has a tendency to talk to himself. Wait, my name is Dante. Dante, spawn of the Sparta. Call me that or don't talk to me at all. Okay, Dante, relax, okay? I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just looked in the background. Bufflingo. I'm sorry. Whew. Sorry. Anyways, Dante has a tendency to talk to himself, but we can excuse that. He just came to in an Italian restaurant, unsure of where he is or how he got here. These details are unimportant. What matters now is, what will he do next? Oh no, that's actually very important. Seriously, how did I get here? I don't know, Dante. Sorry, I bumped the mic. I don't know, Dante. I don't know. Someone brought you here. I remember running through the forest on all fours, my fur blowing in the wind, my breath heavy in my lungs, the moonlight shining on my... Dante gasped. The moon. Oh, look at his little cute face. He's adorable himself. Oh God, I skipped part. He extricates himself from a sticky, laminated tabletop and runs over to the window. I can't believe you followed me here. Oh my God, look. Look at the moon out there. just peeking through the window. Stalk much? I can't believe you followed me here. My toxic ex-boyfriend. He angrily gesticulates at the moon. How dare he, after what he did to me, shunning me out of my werewolf form and forcing me to be human? Up until recently, Dante has been in a beautiful, passionate relationship with the moon. The moon has been Dante's silent companion, his ever-present confidant, his view, his lover, his everything, until he cheated on me. Moon! Shame finger! Dante slams his hands on the window, tears pooling into the corners of his eyes. How dare he? How dare he turns his back on me? After all we've been through, after how vulnerable I was with you. This is how you choose to treat me? You throw away years of my love and affection? You should really sit down and contemplate in silence, Dante. You're looking desperate. I think that's the best fun right there. Not to mention, you're causing a scene in a public restaurant. I'm not desperate. He's the one who followed me after he dared to hurt me. Completely ignoring my advice, Dante slams his hands against the window again. Dante, I really must protest. You're so much better than this. Dante begins to sob, thick, wet tears. It is so hard to deal. People don't understand. The person that's speaking now to Dante does not understand that dealing with a breakup. I sat in my car after work for months listening to the same sad breakup song because of one sentence that resonated with me. And I was like, that's the one right there. That's the one. How could he do this to me? And I kept listening to that same sad song. But although I'm a Cancer, Cancers are sensitive. So, that could be a part of it. But the point is that breakups are messy, and a lot of people have dealt with a lot of breakups. Do you have any breakup stories of your own? And you can share them in the comment section. I don't know. I would say I would, talk to you about it and stuff, but sometimes people share those stories and they don't want to talk about it. They got it off their chest and leaving it alone. I retract my previous statement. His consistent slamming has caught the attention of the waiter. Can I help you find your table, sir? I have a table. Leave me to soak in despair. I'm sorry, sir, but I can't have you stand here if you're not going to order anything. Can I get spaghetti bolognese? Manners, Dante. Please. The waiter leaves and Dante finally returns to his laminated table. He scans the room, filled with plebeians. Of course, nobody's important enough to draw his attention. There's a couple televisions on the wall. One of them is turned to the news channel, talking about, the news is boring. I've never cared about the real world. It doesn't affect me, so I shouldn't have to think about it. Okay, if you say so. The other TV cycles through a slideshow of images. None of them have any cohesion with one another. A photo of Albert Einstein and an MS Paint drawing of a house on a hill. One of Roger Hargreaves. I got it. Drawings of Little Miss Naughty and... Who is that gorgeous creature? Oh my God. Is that the sun? Dante's mouth drops open as he observes the most radiant image he's ever seen. The subject has luscious lips, wide, curious eyes, cubic cheeks, a beautiful yellow-orange glow. It's perfect. It's the best thing that's ever happened. A brighter glow than the moon. Awooga. What a hottie. The sun has definitely been called hot before. Soon enough, the emoji image of the sun is replaced by a photograph of a child drinking from a water fountain. But Dante could feel his heart pounding, his eyes widen, his cheeks sweating. He is smitten. The sun is the one for me. I can feel it. I'll do whatever it takes to woo my new love. I want it to be known that I don't encourage this. I think this is a poor idea. Besides, if you couldn't keep the moon, what makes you think you could pull the sun? Like, the moon is soft and delicate and elegant. The sun is hot. The sun is a baddie. You could not keep that, Dante. Shame on you. He won't you? Best to ignore him and move on, I'd say. No, I refuse. He's the one. I feel it in my intestines, in my growing. I don't need to know how you feel in your growing. Nobody does. Keep it to yourself. Oh my God. I really can't encourage this, Dante. By the way, this game has one ending, but you can pick many of things. So just know if I don't go back in and play, that's why. Nothing good can come of dating the sun. The unwavering and bone-melting heat for one. The dangers of blindness for another. Oh, don't worry, I can handle the heat. Dante cannot, in fact, handle the heat, but I decide to refrain from commenting further. The waiter places Dante's plate onto the laminated table. It makes a slightly sticky sound. Oh yeah, because the table is gummy and sticky. I don't know if it's because they're poor cleaning or because he drooled all over it. Ugh. That would make me pick up my plate and walk away, or leave the restaurant altogether. Thank you. Good, you remembered your manners this time. He inhales the plate of spaghetti bolognese with the speed and efficiency only possible by a starving werewolf, human form aside. The plate literally licked clean, Dante leans back with a heavy sigh. He feels movement in his intestines. And not a good kind. Oh no, I take that as a sign that it's time to head home. Well, good, at least we're going home. Dante's home can hardly be qualified as a home. Oh, sweet Jesus. Is this a hotel? Or motel, excuse me. Hotels are inside, motels are outside. Is this a hotel or motel? Oh, sweet Jesus, Dante. Instead, it is an abysmal roadside motel that stinks of the phantoms of asbestos. He makes the excuse that after he pledged his holy glow to the moon, he did not need the fancy domain. His attempts to being humble are undermined by the water stain on the walls outside the door and the broken window of the rooms on the first floor. I can hear them sometimes, nasty couples having unprotected schmecks in the compromised position. Ugh, it makes me sick just thinking about it. Dante must climb the steps to the second floor. These rooms have always been cheaper because the trek up those stairs is an epic climb around heinous rods of bird poop. Ew. But our Dante was a wolf before the moon broke his heart. He knows his way around the dirt. Shite, where's my keys? Dante shifts around in his pocket as he approaches room 222. It takes him a few moments before his nails scratch against his keychain, a rubber figure of an anime girl with blue pigtails. There we are. He fumbles his keys. They miss the hole at least 5 times. This is not the only hole he has fumbled. Oh my god. Like 70 jokes popped in my head, and I know I shouldn't be thinking about it, but it's funny at the same time. This game is pushing me to think this way. Don't judge me, judge the game. But he finally forces the key in and turns the door. I mean, that's most that's what most men do, and they can't get it right. They just force it. I'm sorry. Bad Voyia. You can go ahead and pop me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, family. Heck yeah. We're back home. It makes me vomit just thinking about being in his room. The carpet has not received a good wash in about 2 months. The television echoes a dangerous hum of electricity. Commercials of wrestling events scroll past. There's still pay-per-view? That's crazy. I would have thought most people would have bought their stuff online, like, YouTube or whatever streaming service you have at the time, Netflix or something. I don't think Netflix have like stuff like events like that, but I'm just saying. Dante X Moon / scratched out the moon forever and put the sun's name. That's funny. Cans of shitey beer and shitier soda are scattered across every surface that isn't the floor. Clothes are thrown into small piles like nests for small pups. Dante is not a small pup, at least not anymore. A very beautiful, very touching abstract painting hangs above the wall. And they just wrote generic abstract painting. You know what, creator? I like you. Kudos. I won't clap because I don't know how loud my mic is right now, but you've made me happy. I appreciate this. The bedding has been ripped off the bed, exposing stained yellow sheets on the mattress underneath. Dante throws his keys onto the bedside table and commits a cardinal sin. He jumps into the bed with his outdoor clothes still on his back and his shoes still on his feet. Arrest him immediately. Dante needs his food to settle. He wants to be a tummy ache survivor. God, I can't believe my ex followed me to the Italian restaurant. He doesn't want me back already, does he? Are you insane? He doesn't want you anymore. So the moon was just teasing me? Oh, man, Dante. I don't think you get it, but I don't think I want to help you. If you're in love, you're in love. What a butthole. Why? Why do guys like me like bad guys? I could give you 6 different reasons, but instead, I'm just going to show you my reasons. Yes, 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 yes. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I can feel the judgment coming from you guys. Don't you judge me. God, I've had this question for a very, very long time. Huh. Well, that's too bad, kiddo. I already have another babe on the radar. Dante is, of course, talking about the sun. The sun is his radiant glory with those rays that outshine the surrounding stars. Even though the sun is a star itself, it's just a gigantic star. The sun, whose message always comes 8 minutes too late, but somehow that's romantic. That's endearing. The sun, with a smile strung by its own flares. God, he's so hot. Now I'm all pent up. He was getting pent up in an area of his body higher than he expected. His stomach was making knots of itself. The bolognese was catching up to poor Dante. It didn't sound like a good idea to eat on a sad stomach. People don't talk about this as often. I never hear people talk about this. But eating when you're sad can sometimes make your stomach upset. Don't argue with me. I don't know the science behind it. I just know anytime I've ever eaten while I was sad, I know for sure it had something to do with something. And I just get the most upset stomach. And, oh, man, I'm straight to the bathroom. I throw up. It's so bad. Shite. I'm going to be sick. And so is he. He's going to throw up. Dante jumps off the bed with vigor of a racehorse and beelines to the bathroom. And for the next half hour, Dante groans guttural sounds while trapped in the darkness of the bathroom. The design of the motel is so stupid that the light must be turned on the outside. Great. Oh, just great. Dante, as a product of his own haste, must shite his guts out in the world without the light of his ex or his new crush. But that's a good thing. How embarrassing must it be to keep your doors open and the lights on at the most vulnerable moment of your life? In front of your crush, the glorious, beautiful sun, Dante continues his sounds, each of which sound increasingly like a messy insides of a disgusting horror film. And when the relief finally comes, the shite has happened. The toilet gets flushed. Dante washes his hands. It's a miracle. He opens the door with an afterglow on his cheeks and the glow of the sun on his face. The sun, my darling, what are you doing here? Absolutely listening to you poop your brains out. The curtains are drawn open and the sun, in his beautiful glory, is right outside Dante's apartment. I'm sorry, I didn't want us to meet like this. But you came all the way to see me. How did you know I was thinking about you? I guess this is fate, right? Our stars have crossed. What's that? The sun seems to be shining at Dante. You want me to come outside and talk? Sure. The front door gives a loud echoing creak as Dante slowly opens it. The light of his new lover is so bright, so all-encompassing. It's nearly blinding. No, it is blinding. My beloved. Dante is ecstatic, possibly beside himself with glee. I, however, recognize that the sun is far larger than normal. You know, the sun is a lot closer now. I just noticed that. Dante, I told you to listen to the news earlier. The sun is... Oh, God. It's exploding. I feel the passion burning return. I feel the heat, the ecstasy. Dante is sweating buckets now, even more so than usual, which is unfortunately saying something. But having been covered in fur until recently, one can exclude some hyperhidrosis. If you want to know what that word means, it just means excessive sweating, I guess, in a sense. I'm sure there's a detailed thing for it, but I'm sure it means excessive sweating or a lot of sweating. So if you sweat a lot, I think that's what that means. One cannot excuse, however, the unwillingness to go outside when your skin is extremely close to being burned, cleaned off. You need to have some semblance of self-preservation, even if you let the rug gather asbestos for 2 months. I try to tell him so in a way that he'll understand. I promise you, Dante, son doesn't care about you. He only wants to hurt you. Yeah. Dante, it's literally trying to kill you. Stop it. He won't. You don't know him like I do. The moon rules the night. He is so cold and dark and calculated. But the sun... Oh boy, Dante. The sun is warm and light in every way. He'd never do what the moon did to me. It never changed me like the moon did. Come to me, my love. Come take me in your embrace. I think it's time for me to see myself out. There's nothing more I can do here. Some people can't see what's right in front of them, even when it's burning their retinas. Jesus. Poor Dante. Remember how I said not to expect a profound romance? Yeah, I think you'll agree I was right. What an excellent game. That was awesome. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll put everything in the description down below. You might want to read it yourself and experience it in your own way. Yeah, I got stuff I gotta go do. So I will see all you guys in the next video. I love each and every one of you guys. And I hope you guys have a fantastic Valentine's Day. If I don't speak to you on Valentine's Day, maybe I got myself a little date lined up. Who knows? Peace and love. Bye.